আমি একটা এপিসোডে তোদের ঢুকছিলাম লাস্ট লাইক শুনতে, and the first thing Wahid said was that he was fapping like এর আগে।
এটা বুঝে এপিসোড কততে? এটা বুঝে এপিসোড 3 তে।
এপিসোড 3 তে।
কি বলছি?
You were masturbating.
Yeah. I was like, I mean, I don't want to imagine that. I don't want to listen to this. I don't want to listen to either.
That's because you know me. Like, our voice to like you can't match my voice to my face. ঠিক আছে? Like, our voice.
Actually, no, I can. At this point,
Dude,
I can.
You can because you know me.
No. You have the most like কিভাবে বুঝবো, like তোর voice to face ratio no, it's like it's perfect.
Accurate.
That voice
accurate.
And that face, yeah, it's accurate. Like, dude, if you listen to me and if you see me, it's
No, my voice absolutely does not match my face.
It so
your
does.
voice absolutely does match your face. It's like perfect. That is what a man like you should sound.
I have the squeakiest voice in the world. What?
No, that's me.
No.
What?
No, you
I
don't.
look like a criminal and my voice is like squeaky as fuck.
Nah, your voice squeaky na. Your voice is also like another
look
criminal.
You look like a pedophile. You sound like a pedophile.
Basically.
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে ভাই পচাইলে ভালো।
Obviously.
ডাইকা আনছে ভাই কাজ করতে এখন পচাইতেছে, মানে এগুলা ভালো না, মানুষের কষ্ট।
Hey, by the way, thanks for inviting me. This is fun.
This is therapy kintu.
Everyone meet Tahmid.
ZT. Everyone meet ZT.
He sort of sucks because
Yeah,
anyone who thinks I'm wrong in any regard sucks.
Yeah, basically. শুরু হইলো superiority complex.
এটা অনেক আগে শুরু হয়ে গেছে ভাই।
Is it superiority complex or inferiority complex? I think it's an inferiority complex.
And can we stop like doing that? Like,
Okay, yeah, that is inferiority complex. Yeah. Huh.
What is hi-fi?
What?
oh, it's a place that owes us a lot of money.
Yeah, basically.
What?
You know, like that's the lowest of the low. ঠিক আছে? That is the absolute worst man, absolute worst position you can be in. How the hell do you end up owing money to us?
তুই যে এটা কইতাছস, আমার এই পডকাস্ট গুলি কিন্তু আমি ফাহাদ ভাইয়ের কাছে শেয়ার দেই। ফাহাদ ভাই কিন্তু শুনে।
ও শুই না, he'd probably agree, ঠিক আছে?
Yeah, he would agree. Anyone would agree.
এখান থেকে কাটার কিছু নাই তো?
না।
ওকে।
আমি হাই-ফাই কাটুক না।
ওই যে একটা ছবি দেয় না রেডিটে, লাইক নিজের ছবি দিয়ে লাইক রোস্ট মি, I would go and say you owe Wahid money. That's like the best roast.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, basically. Just Wahid না রে ভাই, সবাইরে ও করে, ঠিক আছে? লাইক কত এক কন্ট্রিবিউটর 2500 টাকা পায়, কোনো খবরই নাই। ভাই 2500 টাকাটা দিয়া দে, it's not that much কিন্তু।
2500 টাকা what like okay listen এখন একটা জিনিস ক্লিয়ার করে বলে দেই যে the people in charge are very responsible people, ঠিক আছে? তাদের কাছে গিয়া যদি আমি পার্সোনালি বলি যে ভাই আমার টাকা লাগবে, সে প্রবাবলি তখনই বের করে দিবে ওয়ালেট থেকে। হ্যাঁ, it's মানে the thing, our gripe with hi-fi is we absolutely do not understand where like how it ended up owing money to the likes of us.
Exactly my point.
And it's like one of those eldritch horror things যে
আমরা টাকা পাই যে ভাই
মাথা নষ্ট হয়ে যাবে যে ভাই কি মানে
what in the right এটা আমি বুঝতেছি না, লাইক
হ্যাঁ
ওয়াহিদ লিখতো আমি ঝাড়ু দিতাম,
we murdered people and shit, like we murdered people.
Wow.
I was a spot boy, আমার কোনো কাজ ছিল না তেমন।
তারপরে there were some people who were মানে ওই যে ফেমিনিস্ট, মানে কয়েকজন ফেমিনিস্ট আসতো এখানে ওয়ার্কআউট করতে, workout their feminist muscles. We were like the punching bags, ঠিক আছে? And they didn't particularly like me because I punched back. So
I wasn't even there at যে পয়েন্টে ওয়াহিদ জয়েন করছে তার কয়েকদিন পর কুইট করছি না, তার আগেই বুঝি কুইট করছি।
Dude, that is like a perfect feminist workout. Like you want to hit the punching bag, but you don't want to be hurt in your little fingers.
মজার কথা কি
That's how they work.
অমি আপু কিন্তু ছিল না, লাইক শি ওয়াজন্ট আ
Hey man,
ফেমিনিস্ট।
stop mentioning names.
ইয়া না, তারে শাউট আউট দিতাছি আমি এখানে।
What a shout out.
That person was kind of a like semi legend.
একবার দিছো বাস থাইমা যাও, তিনবার দিলে আবার সামনে চলে যাও।
Oh, তাও ঠিক।
What a shout out.
Shout out. But now that person was a semi legend.
Great.
That's the best compliment we can pay, right?
Yeah, basically.
Imagine that being the best compliment you ever get in your life. Dude, you're a semi-legend.
Semi legend.
ভাই আমার মনে হয় the best compliment I have ever gotten is like নাভিদ একবার আমারে কইছিল তুই প্রিপারেটরিতে থাকলে ভালো হতো।
এটা কিন্তু আমি মানি জিটি।
No, look, আচ্ছা, here's the thing.
No.
Preparatory তে অনেক রিটার্ড ছিল, আচ্ছা, অনেকগুলা রিটার্ড ছিল। It could be any one of them. আমি নাম ধরে বলতেছি না, আচ্ছা, it could be me.
It could be me even.
Yeah, it could be you.
Yeah.
আমি নাম ধরে বলতেছি না কারা ছিল, বাট অনেকগুলা ছিল, and I think
বেশ কয়েকটা।
Wahider special Wahid mentally stable আছে because he knows like একটা দুটা রিটায়ার্ডও কম চিনে, আর একটা দুটো যদি বেশি চিনতো তাহলে Wahid was done for. So yeah, I don't know.
হ্যাঁ মানে নাভিদের ফ্রেন্ডরা ভাই মানে একটা স্পেকট্রাম, ঠিক আছে। আমি there's মানে কিছু আছে যে আমার জাস্ট মনে হয় যে আমি মানুষ দেখছি, এগুলোরে দেখার পর আমার মনে হয় যে আমি জীবনে কিছু মানুষ দেখছি।
এখন আমি ক্যান এক্সিস্টেন্সিয়াল ক্রাইসিস সাফার করি বুঝোস। ইটস লাইক ওয়েন ইউ হ্যাভ দ্যাট কাইন্ড অফ পিপল অ্যাজ ফ্রেন্ডস, লাইক এই স্পেকট্রামে যখন তোর ফ্রেন্ড থাকে, হোয়াট এলস ইউ হ্যাভ টু ডু, হোয়াট এলস ইউ গট, কি করবি ভাই, কিছু করার নাই। লাইক there is this one guy যার রাইট সাইড শাট ডাউন করছে বিকজ অফ ডিপ্রেশন,
What?
and then there's
Wait,
people who
what?
are so grounded যে they don't believe in depression. এদেরকে যদি আমি বলি ডিপ্রেশন, এরা কইব তোরে
They
জিনা
don't
ধরছে।
believe in depression.
এটা কি আমি?
না
That sounds like me, man.
না, that doesn't sound like you. You're like I'll kill myself every now and then. Like আর 5
Yes.
সেকেন্ড পরে তুই মেসেজ পাঠাবি আমি আজকে অফ
Okay.
করে দিব। That's a different
Oh,
case.
shit. যে আবরার কিন্তু
Abra wants to say something.
Yes.
আপনার ইন্ট্রোটা দে।
ইন্ট্রো বহুত আগেই হয়ে গেছে।
ইন্ট্রো অলরেডি হয়েছে, আমরা এখন চলতেছি আর কি।
Yeah.
এখন 6 মিনিট ধরে চলতেছে।
8 মিনিট
By the way,
58 সেকেন্ড।
profanity is good, right? এখানে
না, বাট ওইটাই বলতেছি যে ভাই এতটাই গ্রাউন্ডেড, ডিপ্রেশনে বিশ্বাস করে না, এসব প্রবলেম ডাজন্ট এক্সিস্ট, অ্যান্ড লাইক মেন্টাল
সব
প্রবলেম
মনের
বলে
দোষ।
অ্যাকচুয়ালি এক্সিস্ট করে না। ইয়া, মেন্টাল প্রবলেমস আর
মনের
নট
দোষ।
লেজিট প্রবলেমস, এগুলো ঠিক হয়ে যায়, ইটস আ ফেজ। অ্যান্ড আর যদি বেশি রকমের হয় তোরে চিনে ধরছে।
But I believe that as well, especially the gene part.
his word is
তুই আজকে জাস্ট ভিডিওটা অন করে ঘুমাইস তোর ফোনে।
I am the biggest believer in gene stuff, you know.
ইয়েস আই নো, তাই তো
মানুষ
লাইক হ্যাজম্যাট স্যুট আছে
genes?
তোর সামনে।
মানুষ যে বলে যে আমাদের সব মানে আমাদের জিনেটিক ইনফরমেশন, আমি বলি যে আসলে ওইটা জিনেটিক ইনফরমেশন, ওইটা হচ্ছে জিনেটিক ইনফরমেশন।
genetic information. Yeah, right. Good pun. No one has ever thought of that. Very original.
Hey man, I try, okay?
Yeah, trying times.
We're trying. এটা দিয়ে মনে পড়লো, like you guys like Dave Chappelle or know of him?
Legend.
Yeah. So a legend, yeah. Right. Oh,
Yeah.
I think Sticks and Stones na kunjina একটা comedy special he said I'm like evil Knievel and I get paid for the attempt. You're like that.
বুঝি নাই, আবার বল।
ওইটা একবার না বুঝলে আর বলা উচিত না, বুঝবি না।
না আসে নাই।
It's
কেটে গেছে।
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle's joke was that he's like evil Knievel. He gets paid for the attempt. You know, like it doesn't have to be good.
ওকে,
ওই যে মানে জোক সেকেন্ড বার বললে আর হয় না।
Yeah, I hate that. Especially like যখন মনে কর like কোন একটা I hate to call them this like normies সাথে কথা বলতেছি and I make like I have this very good reference in my head. আচ্ছা, and আমি না পারে বলছি and they're like ও আচ্ছা but এটার মানে কি I just I gave up
I just realized আজকের topic could be anything. Just
Yeah, today's topic could be anything. So, why not talk about Linkin Park?
এটা কি ধরনের
That's the intro. That was the worst segue.
I give up, man. Like,
কেন মানে does anyone feel মানে especially suicidal আজকে?
Okay.
It's like
Well, on Abra's defense, he had office work, so
what office work? মানে আচ্ছা না like I'm not trying to offend you. I'm just asking like তুই কি অফিস করিস বা কোথায় কাজ করিস I don't know.
oh, this should be fun.
Okay.
আমি জিজ্ঞেস করছি তুই কোথায় কাজ করিস কি অফিস করিস আমি জানি না তো like I'm just trying to catch up.
Actually, should I?
Yes.
Okay.
মানে
yeah.
like basic টা বল or তোর
Yeah,
occupation টা কি?
Sure.
অঙ্ক করে টাকা পায়।
Exactly.
টাকা পাস।
কাগজপত্র উল্টে
মানুষের
Okay.
অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট করে দিস is that it?
No. Well, kind of. সিএ ফার্মে আছে এই মুহূর্তে না সো চার্টার্ড অ্যাকাউন্টেন্সি ফার্মে অডিটের কাজ করি দ্যাটস অ্যাবাউট ইট কাগজপত্র দেখি কাগজপত্র উল্টাই হিসাব করি ছেড়ে দিই দ্যাটস মাই জব লিটারালি
আচ্ছা is this PS5 girl is this real? Did
What?
they actually make this the
What?
logo? মানে একটু আগে একটা মিম
No,
পাঠালাম
they-
না,
the
ew.
PS5 girl
না
No,
it's
it's a
fan
meme.
made.
No,
oh,
I don't think so at least.
That's fan
Anyway,
made.
so yeah, 2017 থেকে একটা ফার্মের সাথে আটকে আছি অ্যান্ড আজকে 6টার সময় আমাকে ফোন দিয়ে বলে যে আগামীকাল 11টার সময় মিটিং 4-5 জন মানুষজন জোগাড় করো স্টুডেন্ট জোগাড় করো অ্যান্ড আমি বিগত 5 ঘন্টা ধরে অ্যাটলিস্ট 30 থেকে 40 জনের সাথে কথা বলছি সবাই কেউ
পাঁচটা
ঢাকার
student
বাইরে
জোগাড় করার জন্য
হ্যাঁ
5টা স্টুডেন্ট জোগাড় করার জন্য
ইয়া লাইক কেউ ঢাকার বাইরে কারো নেটের প্রবলেম কেউ লকডাউনে কেউ কারো অ্যাকচুয়ালি সিরিয়াস প্রবলেম লাইক একজনের ছিল লাইক বাবা মা অসুস্থ প্লাস তার আঙ্কেলের আবার স্ট্রোক হয়েছে সে অলরেডি প্যারালাইজড সো
that sounds made up like আমার আব্বুরও সমস্যা আমার আম্মুরও সমস্যা আমার চাচা স্ট্রোক করছে that's just too much
man that's just me every time someone asks me to go with them to like some restaurant or something.
Exactly.
Unless I'm asking
I
Wahid.
know that shit
Oh my
too
God,
well
that's so
অনেক
me.
What?
and like at this point I'm just kind of pissed off because at some people just don't even pick up my phones anymore and I'm like well at least call me back no okay
We could say it's crawling in your skin.
yeah it is kinda nice.
Better
Thank
segue.
you very much.
yeah
yeah okay.
So yeah
দেখছো
so
আমি পারলাম দেখছো it
You
all
are-
worked out in the end.
yes
But does it actually matter?
I just nothing really matters in the end nothing really mattered ever
It doesn't really matter as a thing.
but
after
JT, so
after
I
joining
don't
this
really
podcast,
know
I'm
much
like,
about
what
you
have
so
you don't know much about me there's nothing to know about me dude I'm like the most generic ass dude you could find anywhere like that guy
Oh like
ও IEEE ক্লাবের ভাইস প্রেসিডেন্ট
Abrar
Nah,
you remember
Abrar-
Junaid
Advisor.
Shahin College
না ও তো কমার্সে ছিল আমগোলগে যারা প্রিপারেটরি ছিল আর তুই আমগোলগে সামহাও অ্যাফিলিয়েটেড ছিলি দেখা চিন্তি
have you never interacted with Junaid?
I don't think he has Junaid was in commerce Abrar তো আমার সেকশনে ছিল
really
আমি বললাম না যে ক্লাসের মাঝখানে একজনের দাঁড়া করে জুতা মারছি
do you even remember me Abrar I'm so confused
I'm seriously
না আমি বললাম না ওই যে গত পরশু না কবে জানি যে একজনের মাঝখান দাঁড়া করে জুতা মারছি
Man,
Yeah.
can you stop with the graphic descriptions of you bullying?
আমি একলা না জিটিও ছিল
I haven't accepted like it in
Wow,
like in
that's
record.
like the best excuse. ও মারছে তাই আমিও মারছি।
না ও মারছে আমিও মারি নাই, লাইক এভরিওয়ান ওয়াজ দেয়ার, ইট ওয়াজ মিউচুয়াল,
Groupthink doesn't make it better. What?
it wasn't even group, it was the whole class, probably the school at point.
Dude, they're trying to cancel the police because one officer killed like a dude, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
না না না, ইটস লাইক দিস, মানে দেখ এখন তুই যদি রাস্তায় চোর
আচ্ছা,
ধইরা চোর
we should-
মারোস, ইজ দ্যাট রিয়েলি
should-
বুলি?
We should absolutely not go there.
No,
Not
where?
the time, man. Not the time, man. এখন না।
আচ্ছা এগুলি নিলে কাইটা দিস।
Where? Oh, acha, okay. I'm just very.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I
Yeah, sure.
understand. Like I'd make that joke, but like 15 years later.
Yeah, I was, dude. I was gonna make a even horrible joke. I just.
আচ্ছা কাইটা দিব, বল কিছু হইব না।
Yeah. No.
sure.
No. That's not. It's insensitive. I wouldn't do that. Anyway,
বাট
এই যে like
I mean,
talking about insensitive. What do you guys think of Chester's death?
oh
oh yeah.
how many times did we transition into this? Wow.
এইটা
আচ্ছা
থেকে
এখনই কারেন্ট চলে যাবে মনে হয়। ওয়েট।
সমস্যা না, ইউপিএস আছে। ও গড,
God.
আচ্ছা এইটার কাহিনীটা আজকে আগে বইলা নেই, বিফোর উই গো ব্যাক
I'm
টু
gonna
চেস্টারস
trigger
ডেথ।
so many people.
Yeah. Actually,
trigger so many people.
we should talk about this. Yeah.
ওয়াহিদ
কি?
কাহিনী বল চেস্টারস ডেথের, লাইক আমাদের সাথে কি হয়েছিল আর কি।
ও আমরা আরেকদিন রেকর্ড
last
করার চেষ্টা
recording
করছিলাম।
sessionটা।
4 বার একই স্পটে এসে 4 বার কারেন্ট চলে গেছে।
ওই যে কনস্পিরেসি থিওরি এপিসোডটা শুনলে বুঝবি। সো বেসিক্যালি চেস্টার্স ডেথ থেকে উই ওয়ার টকিং অ্যাবাউট কনস্পিরেসি, যে এটা থেকে এটাই হইতে কারেন্ট যাওয়া শুরু হইলো, তারও উইয়ার্ড অকারেন্সেস হইলো। ওয়াহিদ স সামওয়ান ইন দ্য পার্ক ওয়ারিং আ হ্যাজম্যাট স্যুট, আই ডোন্ট নো,
What?
দেন আবার
that
কারেন্ট চইলা
happened.
গেল। ইয়া, সো আ লট অফ থিংস হ্যাপেন।
Was it?
The
Was it
strange
3
part
AM
was যে
and
একই
where you guys
পার্টে
were in?
একই জায়গায় এসে 2 বার কারেন্ট চলে গেছে।
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very strange.
আই নো, অলমোস্ট আ স্ট্রেঞ্জ। ওই যে মনে আছে when I was
আচ্ছা।
telling you যে জিনে ধরছে, বাপ কইছে জিনে ধরছে, and then yes.
Oh my god, that was so strange. Like এরকম coincidence কেমনে হয় ভাই? আমি like I was so creeped out ওই রাতে আমি probably ঠিকমতো ঘুমাইতে পারি নাই। সকালে ঘুমাইছি।
Weirdest coincidences happen to us, ভাই।
আচ্ছা, ওয়াহিদ এই স্টোরিটা যায় না। সো হোয়াট হ্যাপেন্ড ওয়াজ আমি নাভিদ তারপর নাহিয়ান আর আমাদের আরেকটা ফ্রেন্ড আমরা বিয়েতে আড্ডা দিচ্ছিলাম
মেসেঞ্জারে।
তো
Nahian is the Russian, right?
Yes.
ইয়েস, সো আমরা
It's okay, ওয়াহিদ
আমরা
সিংস
এখানে
এর মাঝখানে কিছু হবে না।
ইয়া সো আমরা হচ্ছে ডিপ্রেশন এর এইসব নিয়ে কথা বলতেছিলাম। সো নাভিদ স্যার যে ও আচ্ছা বাংলাদেশে এরকম অনেক মানুষ আছে যারা ডিপ্রেশন মানে না, দে জাস্ট সে যে জিনে ধরছে। সো এই কথাটা বলার 10 মিনিটের মতো হয়েছে। আচ্ছা, এন্ড আই গেট দিস লাইক আমাকে আমাদের ইউনিভার্সিটি একটা মেয়ে নক করছে এন্ড শি ইজ লাইক একটা সমস্যায় পড়ছি কি, এন্ড শি ইজ লাইক আমার মায়ের এরকম স্কিজোফ্রেনিয়া আছে। সো লাইক দ্যাট ইজ ভেরি উইয়ার্ড দ্যাট ইউ মেনশন দ্যাট এখন। এন্ড দেন আই সেড আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, ইউ শুড প্রবাবলি সিক প্রফেশনাল হেল্প। লাইক আমি ওকে কিছু সাজেশনস দিয়েছেন। শি ইজ লাইক বাট আমার আব্বু বলে যে ওকে জিনে ধরছে, মানে ওর মাকে আর কি। I'm like, that is so creepy. That is so creepy. কিভাবে এত র্যান্ডম কিভাবে জিনিসটা হয়?
মানে
Thing
এর
is,
আগে
the
আমি
point you
বললাম
were
যে
making, the
হ্যাঁ?
point you were making যে people don't really believe in
What?
mental illness.
না,
Sta-
আমি জাস্ট না, we're not making that
statistically,
point.
it's very likely, ঠিক আছে?
না, we're not talking about making
না,
a
না,
point.
Statistically, what's very likely?
মানে you don't get it.
জিনে ধরা।
Like মানে you were surprised because the exact thing you mentioned ended up happening, right?
The exact
Yes.
thing that happened before, and I was telling them যে এইসব সহ্য করে আইছি, and then suddenly ওই exact জিনিসটাও মেসেজে পাইলো।
But if it really is as common as you say it is, তাহলে কি ওইটা statistically আরো বেশি likely ছিল না?
Okay.
Exactly,
It's
এখন
very-
মনে হয়,
it's-
এখন ওইটাই
it's-
মনে হয়
না,
যে
না, it's very
more
likely
likely.
যে someone has it. আচ্ছা, it's very likely যে someone has it, but how likely is it যে like আমরা এটা নিয়ে কথা বলছি and instantly আমাকে একজন নক করে বলতেছে যে আমার মায়ের স্কিজোফ্রেনিয়া আছে, আর আমার বাবা ভাবে যে আমার মাকে জিনা ধরছে। So that is not very likely, right?
Yeah, that's not likely যে এক বলার সাথে সাথে কেউ আরেকজন আইসা বললো তোরে।
Why not? Reasoning কি?
Because the amount of people যাদের সাথে আমি কথা বলি in regular interaction হয় ওর মধ্যে
I got him to admit he's social.
কে? জিটি?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I talk to a lot of people, dude. আমি ক্লাবিং করি।
ও কি ফ্লেক্স করতেছো তাই না?
না আমি ফ্লেক্স করবো কেন? That's like I would love to say যে আমি এত introvert যে আমি কারোর সাথে কথা বলে না। I find that really cool, like ওই emo attitude-টা, but I do. I'm like normal.
আমাদের abnormal বলতেছো তাই না?
ওয়াহিদ আমরা অ্যাকচুয়ালি abnormal.
Yeah.
আচ্ছা লাইক
আমরা পাবলিক থেরাপি করতেছি ভাই, আর কি লাগে দুনিয়াতে?
Okay, let's stop saying that.
roasting বাদ দিয়ে
না, roasting is a part of our culture.
Like if I'm the most normal dude in the room, then you guys have serious issues.
That is true.
Wow. So, Chester Bennington.
Yeah. It's so weird that dude didn't die of cancer and then he killed himself. I'm sorry to joke about it, but I find it really weird.
Like, Abrar, like, did I talk about the conspiracy theory? ওইটা কি আমাদের এপিসোডে গেছে না একটা? Like, ওইটা
yeah.
ওইটা রিপিট করা লাগবে না, right? Okay.
No.
New original discussions.
Yes.
মানে তাহমিদ I say that because ওই জায়গায় এসে 3 বার কারেন্ট গেছে, so আমার খুবই ভয় লাগে এখন ওইটা নিয়ে কথা বলতে ভয় লাগে।
Like you should see the minisodes, really. The minisodes are fun.
Do you think it's related to in some weird fucked up way? It is related. যে তোর কারেন্ট যাওয়া it's fun to think it's related though.
Because like আমি একেবারে I make it a point out of not believing.
We should open a forum in Reddit and like ওখানে এরকম কোয়েশ্চেন করব যে like চেস্টার নিয়ে কথা বলার সময় কারেন্ট কাট আউট হয়েছে। Like we build a community, we build the links.
Thing is like-minded communities a group think অনেক বেশি হয়। If we got like, which is why I like the dynamic we have right now, যে নাভিদ একদম কঠিন বিশ্বাস করে, আবরার একটু কম বিশ্বাস করে, আমি একদম কঠিন বিশ্বাস করি না।
কোনটাতে?
Like these things, like anything related to faith. আমি অনেকবারই বলছি যে anything that requires
না I think you absolute faith.
So you're basically a nihilist, like in the most like pure sense of the word, because that is what I see you as. Deny everything.
Yeah, basically he is a nihilist.
Nihilist মানে হইতেছে fatalistic world view. আমার তো fatalistic world view না. I have ambitions, I have hope. How
do you have hope?
আমি আমার যদি hope না থাকতো,
you make a good point, but তুই বলছিস যে তুই absolute like কিছুর faith এটা
I would say I am a skeptic.
Okay,
that's a more accurate depiction, তাই না?
Skeptical doesn't mean that তোর absolute negative এ চলে গেছে. Skeptical means you're stuck between 50-50.
No. Skeptical means you don't believe.
Skeptical means you ask questions.
Yeah, basically, yes.
So I would say I'm a skeptic.
The reason I say you're a nihilist because you sort of denied it. I'm not saying negative, I'm saying you denied it. That's
like,
why I mentioned nihilist.
Nihilist, like, onnorakom, in a wholly different way, I agree with you. I am a nihilist. But in this case, I don't think. I think in this case, the more accurate word is skeptic.
Yeah, that's true. Since you ask for evidence.
Yeah, but এখানে কথা আছে, ও যদি ওর ফেভারে পায় তাহলে ও চইলা যাইবো, মানে কি বলে, মানে পুরো
everyone has a bias. আচ্ছা এটা নিয়ে
আমি যদি এভিডেন্স পাই তাহলে তো আমি অবশ্যই আমার ফেভারে কথা বলবো।
ওটাই, বাট তুই যদি তোর এগেইনস্ট এভিডেন্স পাস, will you believe in what the evidence says?
আমার বিলিফের এগেইনস্ট এভিডেন্স কি, লাইক ভূতের
আমি বলতাছি তুই পাস দেই দে। I'm not saying আছে या না আছে।
ভূতের উপর বিশ্বাস নাই, আচ্ছা, but এখন if like a ভূত walks in,
I wouldn't believe it. Because
Okay.
Bhoot is like a predetermined conclusion. ওইটা তো I'm not reaching that conclusion. I have already reached it if I need evidence to believe in Bhoot. তাই না? It could be several things. Bhoot কেন হইতে হবে?
It could-
When you're subscribing to some like predetermined কি বলে?
Idea?
It's probably wrong.
Predetermined idea, তার মানে তো like you're not exactly taking evidence into consideration. It's the opposite of scientific method. তাই না?
It's very interesting that you say that, because I was reading this like it's a series of lectures from Carl Jung. It's called Modern Man in Search of a Soul. He actually emphasizes on the supernatural. He says that there is something to it, like the supernatural stories that the tribes have built up for so long. There is something to it.
There
it's
might
not, it's
be,
not total
but,
bullshit. Yeah.
But I find it extremely ironic for a nation of people who until very recently didn't acknowledge mental health to be talking about like jinn bhoot and shit. কেন?
Wait, are you talking about us? No, like us as a nation, or
I'm talking
the
about
Western
like
society?
everything when until the 1900s কোথাও mental health খুব even in the 60s
it wasn't a public thing, because people didn't get to know about that there is two parts of us. People didn't really get to know about that till the 80s, I think. 18
yeah
I think
ওই হিসাবে like
psychology started in early 1800s, so it was fairly recent compared to metaphysics.
shock
or biology.
treatment is like surprisingly a recent thing. For people who have tried to administer shock treatment as recently as the 70s,
Who the
I
fuck-
find it.
Who the fuck thought of that? Like, why? Acha, amake bujha. You invent electricity. You
Even
see that
in the
it
even in
burns
the
shit.
even
and
in
you
the
put
21st
that-
century, people sought solutions like shock treatment to treat gay people. Like, এই
That
টাইপের
is why.
Then there was lobotomy.
yeah, like এই টাইপের
Oh, yes.
মানুষের জন্য এই I find it very like ironic that this sort of people seek like acceptance for stuff like what do you call it, ghosts and shit, right? Like,
Let's say the religious, like, you know, the traditional religious people, because I would consider myself as a more modern religious fellow. I don't accept like ancient, like a lot of ancient things I don't accept, but for the more traditional ones, they would not think that you have a mental problem even if you showed all the evidence. They would think that it's lack of faith. They would say namaz padhte jao, beshi Quran poro, right? Yeah, for them to accept, yeah, it's very ironic for them to then go and say, oh, it's this totally supernatural thing that we have never seen exists.
yeah, you get my point. I'm glad.
It's a solid point. It's good. People
Okay.
used to.
Okay, so like
Hey, what?
actual topic
Linkin Park. Yeah, we kind of transition from Chester to mental disorder.
But it is kind of related by your suicide courses. So
Yeah, it is related.
it is related.
It's very related. Yeah.
I went back and listened to, like, you know, their most popular albums and their most popular songs, and some of those songs are so eerie, given that Chester has committed suicide now. Like, it's like almost like a note, and I just feel so bad, dude. I love that guy.
I mean, everyone kind of did. We started with Linkin Park, bolte gele. Technically
Yeah,
or
we did.
literally.
I'll be right back.
আচ্ছা, তোদের
গল্প কে শুরু করবা করো।
Wahid ko?
তোদের এরকম হয়,
না,
তোদের এরকম
আমি-
হয় যে আমি স্টার্ট করি। তোদের এরকম হয় যে লাইক ইউ গাইস like associate a whole like একটা গান দিয়ে you kind of remember a lot of shit.
হ্যাঁ আমার এটা
Yeah,
হয়।
yes.
Obviously.
Same.
Oh god, like in the end, আচ্ছা I আমার ক্লাস 7 থেকে 8 পুরো ফেজটা I remember through in the end. Like that is the song I remember listening to every single day. Like সবকিছু, ইভেন আমার মনে আছে ক্লাস 8 এর যেদিন আমাদের ফাইনালি যে ক্লাস 8 এ ছিল, আমরা হচ্ছে ইয়ে করলাম, কি বলে তোর ক্লাস
গান
পার্টি
গাইলাম যে?
করলাম, and then হ্যাঁ holy shit.
ওটা
And
ক্লাসের
ওই সবকিছু
মাঝখানে
আমার-
ছিল ভাই, দ্যাট ওয়াজ, আমি না অ্যাকচুয়ালি এটা টর্চার বলুক, ঠিক আছে, একটা আমারে মানে স্কুলে মাইর খাইছি, দ্যাটস ভাই কালচার আমাদের, কিছু করার নেই।
yeah.
স্কুলে মাইর খাইছে and everything that didn't mentally break me but one mentally broke me was the যে sadistic কথাটা এখন তোমরা পারফর্ম করবা ক্লাসের সামনে দাঁড়ায় it's like what torture me instead
সবচেয়ে হিলারিয়াস কি ছিল ইমরান স্যারের জন্য আমরা একটা ফেয়ারওয়েল শো করছিলাম ওটার বেশিরভাগ কি বলে লাইক ব্যাক এন্ড কাজ করছিলাম হচ্ছে আমি আর আদিম আমার মনে আছে বিকজ উই ওয়ার ভেরি মোটিভেটেড তো
আচ্ছা আমি ওটাতে ছিলাম না যেহেতু ইমরান স্যারের ছিল
so Imran
had
sir
qualms
by the
with
way
that guy.
for the all 5 people who would listen to this shit Imran sir was our math teacher and we like he was the meme আমরা যখন ক্লাস like
yeah, he was a meme.
7 8 he was the meme আচ্ছা ওই সময় yeah the meme Hatem Tai Imran we love that guy I love that guy
we love that guy
so he was the only teacher to get a farewell and it was আমার মনে আছে ওই সময় অডিটোরিয়াম রুমটা উপরের ফ্লোরে নতুন করছে and we got the whole mic system and shit and then আমাকে কে জানে মাইকটা ধরাই দিয়ে তখন প্রিপারেশন চলতেছে রাইট and সব ক্লাসের স্টুডেন্টরা আছে ওখানে আমাকে কে জানে মাইকটা ধরাই দিয়ে বলছে দোস্ত কি বলে ইন দি এন্ড র‍্যাপ পার্টটা কর না and I started doing it. It was so tone deaf. Like that was the first time I think I listened to myself singing, and I was like, I'm never gonna do this shit again.
Tone deaf is like tone deaf জিনিসটা না it's extremely hard on like আমাদের like কি করব এখন ভাই আমাদের মাথায় তো গানটা চলতেছে right it's coming from a very real place.
yeah
Exactly. It is coming from a very real place. Like you, acha, how horrible is it that you think that you can sing because the song plays perfectly in your head, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a horror show on its own. ঠিক আছে আমি চিন্তা করতেছি আমি গানটা খুব ভালো মতো গাইতে পারুম but when I start singing it I don't know dude.
Yeah, I think
it could open a portal to some other dimension. It's that
what
bad.
Chester and by extension Linkin Park represents for us. They define moments of our lives that we find hard to define ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. They kind of
it's like every generation has their own band, right? Like, let's say
like, I have this habit of like referring to songs to explain my state of mind. I think that comes entirely from Somewhere I Belong.
Oh yes.
I think like
Somewhere I Belong.
I mean, if I couldn't like explain myself better if I tried. এখন I might because আমি এখন কথা বলতে পারি actually.
Is it weird? Acha, I don't think it happens for like most other artists to me at least. But when you say a Linkin Park song, it instantly starts playing in my head, like to the exact beat. It just starts playing. Like I could even see the video in my head.
It's kind of sad because আমার এখন আর হয় না আগে হইতো.
Oh,
আমারও এখন হয় like whenever you mention specific songs of Linkin Park the song starts automatically playing in my head.
It happens to me because ওই সময় I don't think I had a very good internet. Actually থাকতো আমি অনেক কিছু জানতাম না so I never knew how to get the lyrics of a song. Like I never knew যে কিভাবে ঠিক লিরিক্সটা জানতে পারবো. So I spent entire days listening to the same song trying to get like all the words right. So yeah. So I mean like literally এরকম কিছু গান আছে যেগুলো like word by word beat by beat জানি just মানে I couldn't define it like আমাকে যদি কেউ বলে যেটা কোন beat because I don't know how to play the piano or the guitar but like I know that shit like একদম beat to beat. Paper cut একটা ছিল I love the rap part of it and like আমার খাতায় এখনো লেখা আছে I kept it. ওটা আমি পুরো like ভ্যাকেশনে গেছিলাম নানির বাড়িতে it's like অনেক গ্রামে আচ্ছা and আমার কাছে 3-4টা গান ছিল আমার ফোনে and one of those was Paper Cut and like আমি লিটারালি কানের মধ্যে হেডফোন দিয়ে বসে বসে শুনতেছি একটা করে লাইন লিখতেছি আমার খালামণি আমার কাছে বলে কি অ্যাম্বুলেন্স লিখতেছি চলে যাও এখান থেকে এখন it was yeah I Linkin Park had a very very huge impact in like my life. Paper Cut এত কিছুতে রিলেট করে for example Tushar and I loved it. Nahian loves Paper. Yeah,
we have to mention Nahian in this case because এখন এগুলো নিয়ে কান্নাকাটি করে I think.
Okay.
Which is
yeah.
fine, which is great actually.
Nahian could be a whole entire episode, dude.
I envy him. Because Nahian, the amount of connection Nahian still has to that, I kind of envy him.
But how would you know though? You weren't there.
নাহিয়ান এখন
Dude.
তো কয় তখন ছিলাম না এখন তো আছি ভাই
ওদের neurosis match করে আচ্ছা it's like the best bro moment you could have like oh dude you have the same mental disorder as me that's
Oh, hi. Nah. The horrors.
I think Tahmid mentioned on several occasions that Nahian speaking and my body would create dead, like we would be dead.
what oh yes
If you put Nahian and me together, you get dead too. Like the perfect storm of
Dude,
mental
Nahian
issues.
Nahian is the guy আচ্ছা যার ভয়েসের সাথে বডির কোনো মিল নাই how does that kind of a body generate that voice I don't know
Yeah, exactly.
So
But it's the exact opposite of Wahid. মানে ওর voice আর face মিলা যায়, but Nahian's like, huh?
where is this coming from dude
How is this?
It's like
And
all-
recently ওর accent.
oh god ওর accent এত stupid like it's a mixture of different accents like ও কিছুটা ব্রিটিশ ও কিছু ওয়ার্ড ব্রিটিশ উচ্চারণ করে which is hilarious আবার কিছু লাইক একদম বাংলা মানে লাইক ইন্ডিয়ান অ্যাকসেন্টে বলে আবার কিছু আমেরিকান অ্যাকসেন্টে বলে it's just a mess I don't know I think that is how people in Russia speak
I am very disappointed in him. He hasn't mastered the
Slavic
accent of the
accent.
fatherland yet. Stupid shit.
No, that's motherland.
That's
Russia motherland.
Russia motherland.
mother
I have failed my Slavs. I
না
have failed
জার্মান
my
হইলো
Slavic-
ফাদারল্যান্ড জার্মান ইজ দ্য ফাদারল্যান্ড
Okay, we are back to German. Shit.
yeah sorry
I was
yeah
also
man
scared.
it's okay we're not gonna talk about you bringing up the Fourth Reich and stuff it's okay
Oh, by the way, Abrar is like the villains from Wolfenstein.
I was a guy who never thought 9/11 jokes were funny now I think
হয়ে গেছে না?
Holocaust jokes are funny
The
Now I think
devil-
Holocaust
How did you change? What happened?
The devil has gotten to you, না? এটা
Oh,
হইছে
what happened,
ভিডিও গেম খেললে এরকম হইছে ভিডিও গেম খেললে
Ah,
No,
it's
I don't.
also
I don't play
video
video
games,
games. I don't play video games. I got
What?
fucked so many times that I feel like
ভিডিও গেম
all
খেলছে
pain is- all
কোয়েন্টিন
pain is good.
ট্যারান্টিনোর মুভি দেখছে
Or was it Jordan Peterson?
Jordan Peterson. If anything, look. If anything, Jordan Peterson would make me more,
enlightened?
enlightened and not make this kind of stupid jokes. Right? He's the type of guy who would make me responsible.
পিটারসনের কিন্তু প্রবলেম আছে সে বেটা কিন্তু ক্লাইমেট চেঞ্জ ডিনায়াল করে মানে ডিনায়াল আছে ওর কিছু।
Yeah, dude. No one is perfect. I like Peterson because he's like. I feel like he has a part of Nietzsche in him. Like some of his teachings is very similar to that.
Nietzsche as a person, I don't know how he was, but his principles are very helpful to you, তাই না?
Oh,
So
it's very
that-
helpful. Yeah, it's
Which
very helpful.
one? And Peterson is similar in that regard.
Petersoner আরো একটা জোস জিনিস হচ্ছে যে he's a very religious guy who also believes in science. So like I totally resonate to that idea. So
মানে like although religion it might sound like I am fundamentally opposed to believing in shit, but I like his analogy in that he believes it's a very personal thing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That is how I see it. That is why I'm so acceptable of atheism and agnosticism and like those kind of things. Because I wasn't like this. I was very when I was blindly just going for Islam, I was very angry at people who didn't believe in my personal views, right? Now I'm more susceptible to like all the other viewpoints and ideas.
So how exactly did we get here? এই tangent কেমনে আসলাম আমরা?
আমি নিজে এটা প্রসেস করতে পারতেছি না
I'm
আমি
not,
কই আসবে
I'm not stopping
Someone
you.
mentioned
I'm not
Jordan
stopping you.
Peterson.
I'm just curious. What
Someone mentioned Jordan Peterson.
I'm loving this.
yes this is this ঠিক bringing ZT was the best decision we could have taken
because I love to talk.
yep
I could go on for hours, dude. I have so much shit to say that makes no sense, but I could go on for hours.
Because
okay,
we
you're-
can play off each other and it can go anywhere. ঠিক আছে?
Yeah.
Yes,
We just
yes,
started
that is the
Linkin
beauty.
Park যেখানে we're supposed to talk about our childhood আর এখানে আমরা রিলিজিয়াস আইডিওলজি আর মেন্টাল হেলথ আর জিনা ধরা নিয়ে কথা কইতাছি
Navid,
আচ্ছা,
Navid আমাকে
so I
কালকে
think we
বলছে যে
should
this could go
actually
anywhere.
start the
না যেটা যেদিকে যাইতাছে
Maybe
Talking about
এখন-
philosophy,
এখন-
do you think
yeah
এখন তো
আচ্ছা,
ন্যাচারালি
this is-
আসছে
this-
চাইল্ডহুডে, so let's just do it.
this is a very serious question I have, right?
Hmm.
So all writers and songwriters, the good ones at least, they have sort of a philosophy, right? Like মানে ওদের কিছু না কিছু একটা আছে যে like a ideology আছে যেটা ওরা পুশ করার চেষ্টা করে through their work. Linkin Park এরকম কিছু আছে like মানে do you think they have a consistent philosophy like throughout their work?
I
যেটা
think they
would
do.
take something away from it?
I think they
What
do.
is it? Like
I
I
think
failed
they-
to find it.
I
find
think
it-
I think they try to present complex issues in a very personal or like very approachable manner.
No,
Because
আমার কাছে আমার বল।
I think যে like আমরা যে বয়সে mental health issues শিখছি, we couldn't have learned this shit as fast as we did if it weren't for Linkin Park. Because
That is true in a way.
because the feelings like আমরা এই গানগুলো শুনে আমার at least মনে হয়েছে যে wow, like people feel this way, তাই না? This is actually a thing. That's what I felt.
Oh, মজার জিনিস আছে। I was thinking other day, like I was listening to Numb.
yes
গতকালকে অনেকদিন পর and I was thinking যে at যে পয়েন্টে আমরা এই গানটা শুনছি, আচ্ছা, like all that pain like Chester was talking about in that song particularly, I attributed all those things to girls. Like I thought যে if you have a girlfriend, this is what you have to go through.
আমরা ভাই
That's
গার্লফ্রেন্ড
sort of natural. I think like for sheltered people such as ourselves, that's like a perfectly reasonable place to go, although not
Yeah,
intelligent.
Yeah, but
it's reasonable that we might get there.
বাট এখানে
Yeah,
জাস্ট গার্লফ্রেন্ড পাইলে না
but since-
আমাদেরকে লাইফ জেনারেলি এমন কইরা ফেলাইছে কিন্তু তুই যদি খেয়াল করে দেখো
exactly. Nah,
Life
that
কিছু
is
করে নাই, you
even
have
that.
to take responsibility for yourself. And I'm
Oh,
saying
yeah.
that
There's
I'm
the
saying
Jordan
that
Peterson of
the
you.
place we reached was like it's understandable that we reached that sort of a place.
Wait.
না
Also
রেসপন্সিবিলিটি তো
understandable.
নিতেই আছি ইটস নট লাইক যে
The-
নিতে আসি না বাট এভরি ডে
Yes.
সাম শিট হ্যাপেন্স এন্ড ইউ টেক রেসপন্সিবিলিটি ফর ইট
No.
নট লাইক ইউ
Here's what I
উইলিং
realized,
সামটাইমস ইউ
আচ্ছা।
ডোন্ট উইলিংলি ক্রিয়েট দিস শিট তুই যদি আমি মনে করি ইফ আই
Yes.
হ্যাড দি অ্যাবিলিটি টু অ্যাভয়েড দিস আই উড হ্যাভ অ্যাভয়েডেড ইট
Linkin Park.
না লাইক হোয়াট এভার শিট হ্যাপেন্ড ইন মাই লাইফ I had no control over it, but I'm dealing with it.
Anywho, so what I observed is that, you know, as I have grown, like, age and as a human being, I felt like most of that song now attributes to, like, your personal life. You living in a society and, like, being with a family and friends. I think most of it relates to that more than it would relate to, say, a love relationship, like a romantic relationship. Because I think in Numb particularly, they talk about, you know, trying to fill up shoes and those kind of things, and I don't think that is something you would immediately, এখন যদি আমি শুনি, I wouldn't immediately go for like কি বলে, like a romantic relationship. I would go for something like acha thik ache, I have a mentor or someone who I have hugely disappointed or something, and like that is not really the path I wanted to choose, but they made me choose এই টাইপের কিছু একটা, right? So like what I'm trying to say is the meaning of that song has drastically changed over like this whole entire like a decade or more of listening to it, right? And I think that you need one or two songs in your life like that thing. And I'm glad Linkin Park was it, and I'm glad like Numb exists, because that it had a very like philosophical enlightenment, at least to me.
এইভাবে চিন্তা করলে there's this book ক্যালভিন অ্যান্ড হবস এটা এমন একটা বই ইট স্টার্টস অফ অ্যাজ আ চিলড্রেন্স বুক বাট দ্য ওল্ডার ইউ বিকাম দ্য মোর মিনিং ইট চেঞ্জেস অ্যান্ড তত পার্সোনালি তুই রিলেট করতে পারবি সে তুই এখন যে মিনিংটা পাবি 5 বছর পর ওইটা একটা ডিফারেন্ট মিনিং দিবি
That's like Harry Potter as well, right?
না
Like
Navid, don't mention Harry Potter to Navid.
okay. He hates Harry Potter or J.K. Rowling or something.
I don't like. I'm not a big fan of Harry Potter. But Calvin and Hobbes, I
okay.
suggest you guys should read it. So like এখন একবার
Another
পর,
movie-
then 5 years পর আরেকবার
Okay.
পর. You would understand what I'm saying, what I'm getting at.
Yeah, it's like watching a movie that you have watched like long ago and you thought it was very simple. Then you watch it again and you think, okay, this has more deeper meaning.
This
But
has
the-
meaning,
but
but
for
every
example, the movie-
every face shape, the more mature you become, the more you grow, the more experiences you gain, the meaning changes.
Yeah, with experience, your viewpoint actually changes, and
Basically,
you discover
For example-
new things, new ways of looking at things, right?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, for example, the movie Good Will Hunting, I loved it. The first time I watched it, I loved it. The performance by Robin Williams was extraordinary. But the more I watch it, the more it gets like deeper every single time, and it's very weird. I think it's because I understand more of that life now, like more of the life Robin Williams was leading, and I like. আমি যত রবিন উইলিয়ামস সম্পর্কে জানতেছি লাইক ওর পার্সোনাল লাইফ সম্পর্কে জানতেছি তত দ্যাট মুভি গেটস লাইক বেটার that is a very it's cool in a way but it also is like very enlightening and sad at the time because Robin Williams died like suddenly.
I'm seeing a weird connection here. Like the lead singer of Linkin Park also committed suicide, and
Yeah, exactly.
Robin Williams also committed suicide. Did you
Didn't-
have
didn't-
some
didn't
kind
they
of
both? Yeah, good. I think it's acha. This is like all good artists like go through shit in their life, like but horrible shit. I'm not saying all of them commit suicide, but they have shit that would probably make a normal person choose suicide. Like
okay,
long
but
before
Thing is,
age.
these are sensitive people, ঠিক আছে? So
Yeah, very
Yes.
sensitive people.
like sensitive people like Kurt Cobain, মানে Kurt Cobain এর বিষয় যেটা ছিল যে he felt like his art was being commercialized, like he was
Yeah.
no longer anything more than like another
commodity.
a commodity. So
Didn't Dave Chappelle do the same thing? When Chappelle's show was like at its top, at its peak, he just left the show, even though he was offered a ridiculous amount
Yeah,
of
but-
money. He just left the show.
he isn't as sensitive. He can deal with reality better, I'd say, but
Did you
The thing that-
listen to 846, the new special that he did?
yeah,
With
yeah.
Chappelle?
Chappelle
Dude.
is like one of my role models.
He said the exact thing that I had been feeling for so long, right? I'm not saying I hate celebrities, right? I obviously get a lot of inspiration from celebrities, but in some issues I would like some celebrities to not speak of. Like, for example, the issue that is going on now, right? I would not like to see everyone get out and give their viewpoints on it and confuse more people.
Thing is, like when most people who do it are like virtue signaling বলে একটা জিনিস আছে না?
Yes, they're
Yeah.
so fucking full of themselves too.
Like
I hate
some
it.
of them, for most of them, I'd say it becomes about virtue signaling. Yeah, like if you want to find a celebrity, like a celebrity who is an example of exactly what not to do, I'd say Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, there are
Gwyneth
more. There are
Paltrow,
way
like
more.
the woman from Gwyneth Paltrow,
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Iron Man.
It's
Oh,
very
okay.
ironic because wasn't Gwyneth, and I cut this off if you don't think it's appropriate, but wasn't she related to Harvey Weinstein? She was.
Well,
Oh,
this is
not
fine,
just
anyway.
not just that. Thing is, have you heard of her thing Goop?
Yeah. Oh God. The vagina candles.
The what?
Need I
What?
say more?
না না আমি অ্যাকচুয়ালি কাহিনী জানি না হোয়াট
What
So
happened?
Gwyneth Paltrow is like a very cringy character who believes in spiritual healing and shit like that. So
Okay.
yeah, she has this company called Goop, right? And
Okay.
they have the worst product lineup ever. They have this egg.
It's
that you
basically
need
snake oil. ঠিক আছে? It's snake oil.
Okay.
Snake oil
Yes.
বিক্রি করে।
to- it's kind of
so-
like an essential oil company.
And the thing is, ওই যে, like this is the thing. You have enormous influence over people, and what do? You use all of that to further your own agenda, right? That is exactly what not to do if you want to be a responsible celebrity. ঠিক আছে?
That is not what using your platform means. Using your platform means is to address
মানে-
the issue
মানে that
and
is-
let people
that
draw
is-
their own conclusion.
Yeah,
That is how you use your platform.
that is reverse Robin Williams, that is reverse
Chester Bennington.
Kurt Cobain, and in some ways reverse Chester Bennington. Because these people were philanthropic. Because they wanted to do good. Whereas
For example, I've seen most comedians are very self-conscious and not disingenuous. Like
because stand-up is like a really hard life. It like shows you shit. It gives you perspective.
Here's the difference between a normal celebrity and a stand-up comedian. And given Robin Williams' history and Chester's history and Kurt Cobain's history, here's a similarity between them. And I feel very strongly about this. They are all thinkers and they are all writers at the same time, right? Because all comedians are writers. They have to be. They need to write that shit down, right? And to write, you need to think a lot. And to get like the lyrics of a song really good and make it sound effortless, you need to think a lot. So when you think a lot, you immediately come to the conclusion that you don't know that much. And that makes you very humble. And I think that celebrities who don't read a lot and don't think a lot and don't write a lot, they don't really think that they don't know much. They think that they have the answer to everything, like Sachin mentioned like earlier, I think. So, that makes them very disingenuous and full of themselves.
Even very well-read people can come to that conclusion. Thing is, stand-up, the way stand-up is, it forces you to rethink your steps. Like my current philosophy is, have you heard of David Goggins?
I have heard of him, but I don't know much of his work.
Yeah, so the thing about him is, he's a very common dude. He ran 100 miles with a broken leg.
Wow, okay.
So his philosophy is suffering is a necessary part of life and you should embrace suffering to like enrich yourself. So
that's like Dostoevsky.
Yeah, so I find that to be very relatable with what?
It's really empowering in a way, right?
It is. And it is if you let it be empowering. There are ways to take this the wrong way.
It doesn't have to be your suffering. It could be a suffering you witnessed. It could be anything. But like you have to make the right conclusions for it.
ওইটাই like thing is এখানে মানে there are many conclusions you can draw from this and I'm not saying mine is the only right way or his is the only right way because
there is no right way. It's just like the way that best suits you.
The things he has done has wrecked his body beyond like repair, and so maybe there is a trade-off. There is definitely
do you think that is psychopathic in a way that like
of course it is it is and that's sort of the point. Like if you want to be a cut above the rest, you have to go the extra mile. That's what I think, at least, because I didn't do well enough with the privileges I was availed. So now I have to make that room for myself, right? I have to give myself that room that like I would otherwise be given by society or something.
Disclaimer, right? We're not saying that you should become a psychopath to be successful.
No.
We're just saying it helps.
But we're saying statistically
it helps a lot.
Most of the people who are very successful are psychopaths. So
not psychopaths, they're at the very least sociopaths.
Yeah,
there was actually an study, like I don't actually know the validity of it, but there are news articles and shit. But apparently in USA and in the world, a majority of the CEOs of companies have psychopathic tendencies.
Yeah, that is a very reliable study. I don't know. I need to look this shit up, but like I have heard that so many times, and I've seen that so many times. Like
that sounds right.
Probably.
If you think about it's possible. There are possibilities of that happening, but then again, not every psychopath will end up as a CEO, though.
No, of course
not every psychopath is gonna end up as a CEO, but the more extreme you get into that, workload, the more you would see psychopathic tendencies in those.
His point was you have to be like obsessed with yourself and your aspirations. And you can be that without being a psychopath. I'm
I
just
wouldn't
saying
say
that.
that. I wouldn't say
Exactly. I know what you wanted to say. I am agreeing with you.
Yeah.
I'm saying
But
that it
nah,
helps.
extreme
You need to-
obsession is
you
a
need to
sign
have
of
those-
psychopaths, right?
No.
No.
How?
It
No.
can be.
It's
It
completely
can be.
can be.
devoid of
Like
It
তুই
can
একটা
be,
জিনিস
yes,
নিয়ে
of course.
এতটাই
Biggest
obsessed যে
thing.
like you can't see anything other than that.
That's not the definition of psychopathy.
that's not the definition. It's
It's
being
not, but
like
it's a sign. It could be a symptom.
There is a completely disregard for your emotions. That's the biggest determinant of a psychopath. He doesn't feel emotions.
Psychopathy, I think what you're trying to like refer to is
Social-
like there are people and there are stimuli, right? Like what do আমি যদি গরম কিছুতে হাত দেই, my natural reaction is like হাতটা তাড়াতাড়ি সরাই নিব, হ্যাঁ?
Yes.
Yep.
So psychopathic tendencies or like antisocial or Navid jeta refer korte chaitese, that
Obsession.
might be je like keeping your hand there just to like feel what happens, right? Or like think of সাথে সাথে সরায় না নিয়া
It's like- okay.
I think for 2 moments je how is this benefiting me? That's
So they either have neurosis, which means like a single, or like or like a cluster of neurosis, which is like psychosis, which makes them behave in such ways. So it's like it has to do with mental disorders. It's not a
Yeah,
very
well,
like fun thing to have. Like you being a psychopath is not a cool like superpower. It's like a disability in a way.
yeah, in many ways it is. Like if you're a selfish person like I am, it's sort of a blessing, ঠিক আছে?
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
কেন why?
How
Okay,
is
but
that
really
a blessing?
selfish.
Like why are you trying to tell me how I should live?
I'm not telling you
But
how
like,
you
no,
should
no,
live,
I-
but
I'm
I'm
not
just telling
trying
you
to
that's not a blessing. I don't really
are
care how you
really a
live.
Selfish person though.
I don't care how you live.
Are you really a selfish person though? What defines selfish? Like why would you consider yourself?
My interests come first. That's my
That's
interests come
self-conscious.
first.
That's
100%
being
of the
human.
Yeah, that's
being
basic
human.
human.
No, not really.
That's being
Man. I
human.
don't think so. Like
It
that is a
is.
very archaic way of looking at humanity.
No, wait. Selfish is, to me at least, it might sound naive, but selfish is when you have the comfort of doing something for someone that wouldn't really inconvenience you, but you choose not to do it. That is
Yeah, I
selfish.
do that all the time.
Not really.
No. I don't
Okay.
think so. But
I
okay.
do that all the time, man. What?
Yes, sure.
Yeah,
Of course,
sure, whatever,
of course.
man. Yeah.
Yes.
Also, selfish would be just like you're causing inconvenience for your convenience.
Yeah, I do that all the time as well.
Willingly and without complaining.
Yes, I do.
And
That is
feeling guilty
assholeish.
afterwards.
That is not just selfish.
Look.
No.
মানে
Selfish
আমার
because
সাথে
of-
like you haven't done university courses with me, man. Like I have fucked over
ইউনিভার্সিটি
so many
কোর্স
people.
বাদ দে, ওইখানে আমি নিজেই ভাই বহুত ক্ষেত্রে সেলফিশনেস দেখাই, ওটা আলাদা
But
হিসাব ভাই,
do you need
they
to-
deserve that.
But you don't. Wait.
Is it
You
like-
don't need to go to someone else to like, get help, right?
A selfish person is selfish to everyone. Like আমার সাথেও করতে পারোস, তুই আপনার সাথেও করতে পারোস. It's anyone.
Why are we like? I am just not getting the tangents today. কই থেকে কই যেতেছে?
Yeah, না এই এপিসোডের টাইটেল is gonna be Linkin Park.
You have
করো নাই।
introduced the chaos.
আচ্ছা, like let us not try to
Chat.
মানে define psychopathy. Like আমরা খুবই
মানে
গরিব
to
মানুষ।
each our own.
I have a social psychology degree. Doesn't mean I get to make these calls.
Social psychology degree.
কোর্সেরা থেকে ওটা
Humble
আমারও আছে,
bragging,
বাদ দে।
right. Wait,
I paid for that, man. What the
Course-
fuck?
না, আমাদের ইউনিভার্সিটিটা স্পন্সর করছে। Fun fact.
Course, I have a writing degree. That doesn't mean I'm a writer.
Yeah, basically.
Everyone's a writer. What the fuck?
Yeah, you are
Of
and you
course.
technically are
Oh.
not. Have you হাইফাইতে মেসগুলা ভাই? No.
What? Let's not connect hi-fi with writing, please.
না
I don't know
এমনও
what
কেস
hi-fi is, but it sounds funny.
হাইফাইতে
I don't know
এমনও কেস হইছে যে লাইক আই এম নট এন এডিটর, ঠিক আছে, আই সাক এট রাইটিং টু, আমি এটা বলুন, বাট একটা রাইটিং আমি নিয়ে ওইটারে একদিন লাগায় ঠিক করছি, দেন আমার পর আরেকজন ওইটারে ঠিক করলো একদিন, দেন ওইটা শায়ের ভাই ঠিক করছে একদিন, দেন দ্যাট গট পাবলিশড। এমন অবস্থা
I
হয়েছে।
am 90% sure I know who this is.
I think we can attribute that to like hi-fi is like English, right? We can kind of attribute that to that fact, right? People in Bangladesh are not really
না
Oh,
বেসিক
no, no,
কিছু
like,
তুই যদি ফলো করস না তাহলে ইট মেক্স ইট
if I think if it is who I think it is,
okay.
Bangla wouldn't have helped.
এক্স্যাক্টলি এক্স্যাক্টলি দেয়ার ইজ নো হেল্পিং ইন বাংলা বাট হি হ্যাড মানে তার আইডিয়া ঠিক ছিল হি হ্যাড দি ইনফরমেশন বাট জাস্ট তার ফরম্যাটটা ঠিক করতে আমাদের জানবে রয়ে গেছে
Dude, this shit
Man,
is very
man,
vague,
this
that's why
Windows
it means
update thing
nothing.
like scares me because আমার এই একটা গেম খেলতেছি এটা কালকেও স্মুথ চলতেছিল আজকে ধামধাম আটকাইতেছে
গেমটার নাম
গ্রিম ডন গ্রিম ডন
I've never really like অনেকে আছে like it's a very guy thing to be into video games but I've never really been into video
what
games that
no
much.
what I have
No,
grown
I'm
up
just saying it's stereotypical like
no it's
for
not
like a guy
like it's
It
not
is
not a guy
now. Wahid,
এখন
it is now.
এখন
Akon,
I
I
get
think
that
it's
it
been
is.
the trend since like Game Boy Mini came out. Like,
No,
it's been the trend.
No,
I mean,
not back then.
I grew up being ridiculed for being a game person.
why would anyone do that
Yeah.
People
well,
have frustrations and they need ways to like dispel
Yeah.
that.
basically.
I am an easy target, I guess.
Well, anywho, I
You're-
never really.
You are an easy target.
I used to be an easy target. এখন আমি অনেক বুদ্ধিমান আগে তো
Yeah,
আমি বড়
he has built like a very good self-defense mechanism.
yes. I point and laugh.
Look, he is still an easy target if you get the right bullies.
that is kind of
এগুলা এই
true
যে এরা হইতেছে আবরার এরা শয়তান ঠিক আছে এরা একদম এরা হইতেছে এরা ঠিক হবে না কখনো ঠিক আছে এরা শয়তান বুঝছো?
Why do we
Yeah.
keep coming back to bullying? Why?
এই যে
because we grew up with it কিছু করার নাই we were
Dude,
bullied and we bullied
I
back
don't know exactly. I don't know how it is.
that's
like,
not
they make a
conducive to
huge
like
deal.
man that's not conducive to
that's-
anything
তুই
Look,
না
look,
এটা জিনিস চিন্তা
I'm not
কর
saying-
what
I'm
you
not
see
saying-
in
I'm not
দাঁড়া
saying bullying
এক
is
মিনিট
good, right?
what you see in the Japanese delinquent high school anime গুলিতে we did that class
let's
3
not
থেকে কইরা আসছি।
let's not
Wait.
romanticize your misadventures please
No.
We're not romanticizing.
We're not romanticizing.
you
I'm not
suck and you
Almost
should
school
admit that
filled
you
with
suck.
delinquents
So wait.
Look.
Nahid, you're telling me that your life was like the silent.
fuck
What the fucking
fuck I'm
hell?
gonna get killed fuck no
Silent voice.
no ew
So silent-
no
you're telling me you used to make weird anime noises every 10 seconds
yes we actually did
Oh god.
oh god
Yeah,
জিটি
no,
জিটি
I- let me tell
মনে
you-
আছে
I give up
Let-
I'm not doing this anymore I'm
Wait.
Wait.
Let me tell you what happened. School ed. So we weren't as bad as the bullies you see in like movies.
yeah
Are you sure
the
about
ones
that?
who-
yeah we
I'm
are
sure all the
No.
bullies feel the same way
no we had Yamin
No, we weren't.
Yamin
So
in
what we
Yamin's
used to
case
do is-
I totally understand
Yamin was a bully just let that sink in ঠিক আছে
Really?
yeah
Okay.
what we used to what we used to do is আমরা হচ্ছে একদিন ধর মানে it was like the target of the day আচ্ছা that could have been anyone like that could have been the most like the strongest person in the room but he was just the target of the day and like okay ধরে okay bully করে and then ওই দিন we were done right next day it was someone else
Yeah,
so
basically.
it was very random it wasn't
no
everyone
not
got
the
chance to
strongest
bully.
not the strongest but no one ever picked on Shafi খেয়াল কইরা দেখ
Oh god, Shafi was like the brown guy's white guy.
এমন
Is
white
this is like the serial this is like a podcast where serial killers get together and discuss their victims I want no part of this man you all of you should realize that you suck and you should apologize to everyone you have ever known man
I
apologize while
already
there's
do
still time
I already
I'm so
do
surprised. I'm so surprised because I came into this thinking that I would be the most liberal guy in the room, right? You're all gonna be very conservative.
it is
To my surprise.
actually
surprise.
frightening me that you are outright winging me man.
Exactly. How is that happening?
see this is why I said you belonged in preparatory
Because I'm right wing
that yeah
I am not as right wing as you are man like,
হয়ে যাইতি
I am I am really
তোর
আচ্ছা,
এতটা রাইট উইং না
is-
বিকজ তুই
is
শাহিন
it still
কলেজে
a thing?
পড়ছস এন্ড দেন আইবিএ তে গেছস
Wait, Navid, is it still a thing? Do you think it's still a thing in school? Like,
না উই লেফট রিমেম্বার
it's not. It's not because আমার মনে হয় it was way
না।
worse in schools like government boys and
গভর্নমেন্ট
public
বয়েজ
no.
ওটা অন্য জিনিস ভাই তো এখানে মার্ডারও হয়
No, I like. Okay, I mean, I don't know. Like Navi, then like your school was
ফান ইট ওয়াজ ফান
a special case. Okay.
না না স্পেশাল কেস
No, it
আমি
was
যখন
very fun.
বলতাছি যে
It was very fun.
ইটস ইট ওয়াজ আ ফুল অ্যানিমে ফেজ ইট ওয়াজ অ্যাকচুয়ালি অ্যান অ্যানিমে ফেজ ঠিক
It
আছে
was anarchy. As far as I know, it was complete anarchy.
না 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 দেখ আমাদের কিন্তু এটা হয়েছে যে স্কুল লাইফে কিন্তু লাইক আনলাইক এই যে গভর্নমেন্টে যেটা হয় যে
Connections গুলো যদি এখনো দেখিস আচ্ছা
না, দেখ।
কানেকশনস গুলো যদি এখনো দেখিস আবার তাহলে তুই দেখবি যে it's all fine between all most of us at least.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
কয়েকজন are
অ্যাকচুয়ালি
very,
ইয়া
uh,
মানে
yes,
ওই
but
দিনও
most
আমি
of us-
হয়তো বা জিদানের সাথে মানে ওই যে ওয়াহিদ হয়তো খেয়াল করছোস বাট খেয়াল করেও খেয়াল করার ইগনোর করছোস বাট জিদান হাইটা যাইতেছে উই টকড
yeah I would talk to him I would talk to like
হ্যাঁ
anyone.
দেখা হইলো অবভিয়াসলি আই উইল টক টু হিম ভাই ইয়ামিন ইউনিভার্সিটিতে আসছে এন্ড আই ওয়াজ লাইক না কথা বলি এন্ড উই টকড
Oh, আচ্ছা, that's weird. আচ্ছা। But like Yamin University তে আসলে I would be very happy.
I was too মানে for some reason everything just went away and all the childhood good memories everything came
Man,
back and I'm
I
like
have
okay
I have to say Yamin University তে আসলে I'd be happy as well because I'd get to bully him again.
yeah basically I even got to bully him I mean
welcome
ওই
to
দিন
the dark
I forgot all
side.
of it ঠিক আছে I had problems with him and everything but I forgot all of it and আমরা কফি খাইছি and we talked I still
কফির
bullied
টাকাটা কি
him
দিছিল? I bet $100 ও টাকা না দিয়ে
আচ্ছা,
ভেঙে
why?
গেছে।
Okay. Let's not.
দিতে গেছিল।
This is very personal. Right?
দিতে গেছিল to his defense ও দিতে গেছিল
I don't wanna demean like one of our school friends in like a podcast.
সমস্যা না we're all understanding
I want to demean him right in the face with my fist.
আচ্ছা হ
Yeah,
আচ্ছা
everyone's
আচ্ছা
gonna
আচ্ছা
listen-
করিস
listen- Everyone's gonna listen to this podcast and think, why the hell weren't we talking about Linkin Park?
লিঙ্কিন পার্কের থেকে স্কুলে ভাই রিমেম্বার দ্য পয়েন্ট when we wanted to start a band city
Oh, holy shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
that was Linkin Park's inspired
Yeah.
fucking morons you
You know
made me
what's
buy a
cool about-
keyboard
Your
You know
idea
what's
was
cool
bad
about-
and you should feel bad.
Yes.
You know what's
But-
cool about
I'm just
Linkin
kidding.
Park?
I'm just kidding.
I think they're the only band who has like a DJ or a mixer on stage like with them. It's so cool.
আচ্ছা এটা বাদ দে
Like
রিমেম্বার
as a part of their band.
that is true but আমি ওটা বলতাছি না আমি বলতাছি রিমেম্বার হু আর ভোকাল ওয়াজ ভোকালে কে থাকার কথা ছিল
Zahin? I don't know.
a certain cursed someone
Oh, holy fuck.
you were supposed to be in vocals
Let's-
Okay, can you explain?
We cannot talk about
Okay.
that. We cannot talk about that.
Not
This podcast
one
is
bit.
gonna.
but we can laugh
I don't know. I don't.
this is a
We had
backstory
this
like
guy.
that-
We had this guy in our school that if we even uttered his name for once during this recording,
or his
it's
initials
all gonna go to the shit.
Yeah.
It's all gonna go to the shit.
Bye. It's gonna be bad for us
It's, yeah. Let's not do that.
yeah let's not do that but
Those বিশ্বাস কর আচ্ছা আমি যখন and this is like me and Navid talking I'm very sorry but like I have to say this আমি পুল খেলতে যেতাম মাঝখানে অনেক so
হ্যাঁ that was a thing between you guys তুই তুষার
no recently so এরকম লাইক আমি যখন দেখতাম যে মনে কর একটা শট বাকি and like যে কোনো কারো গেম হইতে পারে I would just utter his name and touch the other guy.
oh shit
I still have that.
unit pool খেলবি
I still have that in me.
hey
কবে?
unit pool খেলবি we have this pool zone in our tong like তিন তলায়
ওই যে ইয়েতে কোথায় এসে তোর ইয়েতে না এই ঘাটপাড়া না
ঘাট পায় না it's initial
এবার একটা কথা বলি
পুরাতলিতে
মানে how are we feeling excluded in our own podcast? How did this happen?
I'm sorry guys
I mean,
when you bring up
Most of
Linkin
this-
Park and childhood ভাই Linkin Park এর এখানে তুষার ইভেন প্লেড আ বিগ রোল যে আমি ওরে দিয়ে কিন্তু সিডি আনাইছি আইনা শুনছি পুরাটা ফার্স্ট টু
তুষার-
লাস্ট হ্যাঁ Tushar.
Tushar was the first person who was really into it. I think Tushar introduced me.
তুষার নাহিয়ান দুজনই, they were both.
No, it wasn't Nahiam. Tushar introduced me and Nahiam to it, like through India. Like when we heard it for the first time, and we were like, but it didn't take a minute to get into it.
And then আমি ওরে দিয়া পুরা সিডিটা আনাইছিলাম, মানে একটা MP3 যে কয়টা ছিল আপ টু লিভিং থিংস এর আগে কি ছিল জানি।
Why do you keep forgetting this one? A minute? No, a thousand suns.
Thousand Suns, yeah. Thousand Suns. Thousand Suns পর্যন্ত ওরে দিয়ে আনাই
Immediately আগে পাবো।
Yeah.
ওরে দিয়ে আনাই নিছি and ডেইলি শুনতাম। And then আমাদের ক্লাস 9 এ ভূত চললো যে we're gonna form a band.
Well, I mean, it's kind of interesting
never
because
A band of losers.
Says you. Ahahaha.
JT, you found Linkin Park during your childhood, right?
Yes,
Kinda.
yes. I was 15 or 16.
Oh, okay. So, like, me and Wahid is the odd one out. Like, we found it really early. Then.
So very early. Okay. I think it has to do with like your family culture. For example, if you have like an elder sibling who used to listen to it before you, then that helps. I had no one.
And neither did I. I was just lucky.
Oh, like we should totally tell that story, dude.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, like it's been.
What were you waiting for? You were holding back a Linkin Park story or a Linkin Park episode.
Wait, have you guys looked at the time? Like, how long has it been? I think the episode is already done.
Managed
The
to
episode is already
talk an
done, and
entire
that's fine.
hour without ever touching upon the main subject.
একটু টাচ করছি।
Dude.
Also,
Half of it is gonna be cut out. So like,
while we were doing this, I just played this really difficult part of the game. আমি শেষ করার পরে বুঝলাম I wasn't supposed to be here until like 10 more levels.
Okay. But other than that, Linkin Park নিয়ে like
I could
তোরা
never-
তোদের পাঁচটা বলতে পারোস, like how, like আমি কেন বলতাছি।
No, like, এই এপিসোডটা বড় হয়ে যাবে, I think.
কতক্ষণ
না 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 wait আমি আমার ব্যাক স্টোরি বলবোই।
হ্যাঁ বল,
Okay.
হ্যাঁ, তোরটা বল, it's a good back story.
So guys, like I was like busy bullying some people and I was a total psychopath. Like, yeah, I had mental health issues and shit, man. Like, so there was this kid and I punched him in the face and it was so funny, man. Like, he
Not
totally
really,
deserved it,
guys. Wahid's backstory is really wholesome and it's
See,
quite
shows-
opposite to
shows-
this.
Yeah,
so
like
I guess it was wholesome.
Yeah,
That is why
Wahid
it's
taken
like,
actually
that's like his
wholesome.
personality.
like ওইটা বলা শুরু করলে এখন আবার কারেন্ট চলে যাবে। So
Actually বলতো I wanna see.
বল না।
আমার কাছে রেকর্ড করা আছে, সমস্যা না, বল obviously.
I mean, episode is done, so if it goes now, it goes.
আচ্ছা, like বেশি রেকর্ড করে রাখলে তো প্রবলেম নেই, তুই চাতস।
Yeah, no.
না ভাই, we have
Yeah.
2 ঘন্টা রেকর্ডিংস আগে, সমস্যা না, বলতে থাক।
So like yeah, so I was
Yeah,
busy
contact.
bullying some people and like the guy was crying and shit and like it was so funny. You cry, you
Nobody ever cried, dude.
What are you, gay or something?
আমাদের সময় nobody ever. I don't remember anyone.
ইফাদ,
ever cried.
Oh no, আমার
Ifad,
সময়
Ifad,
people
yeah.
died,
Ifad,
man.
ugh.
I fucking killed people, man. I
Yeah,
still
yeah,
have some
yeah.
of them in my basement, man. Like
yeah.
you
Wait,
think
you
I
have a
don't know who
basement?
that hazmat dude was? I totally know who that hazmat
তুই
dude.
না 5th ফ্লোরে থাকো, 5th ফ্লোরে বেসমেন্ট কোথায় লো?
Second floor, what?
What?
You gay or something?
No, you're gay.
What's wrong with being gay?
Nothing.
Well, at least somebody asks.
Nothing.
Gay people are faggots, man.
Oh, god damn it.
I thought the most faggot thing you could do is while your friends are talking, you play a video game. That's the most faggot thing I've ever witnessed anyone do.
And he got it.
Oh man, like, it was totally fun. I mean, এত মজা হয়েছে।
Yeah.
Gay people are faggots. Water is wet. আর কি?
Linkin Park is good.
Basically,
Oh,
yeah.
So good.
Chester Bennington died.
Okay, yeah. After to calm down, man. What's wrong with you?
Wow.
Like,
Dude makes one joke in the whole podcast.
Abrar has no chill, bruh.
what? What did you do? You need to be bullied or something, man? What's wrong with you?
Okay, now
I mean,
we never. What we did wasn't actually bullying, kintu, was it?
I don't think so.
That's how I feel, man. Like that one time I punched a guy in the face. That's how I totally felt. Like it wasn't bullying, man.
Yeah,
I'm
no
just
one
having
cares about
fun.
you. Yeah, no one
I'm
cares
just
about
having
you.
fun, man.
Yeah, okay.
Have you seen Fight Club though?
What?
It might be just fun. It might
Fight
be
Club?
fun.
You guys want to
Yeah.
make a
Fun
fight club?
punching someone.
No, wait. You guys want to make a fight club, or did you already make one?
We had a Fight Club. Ravid Mona in class.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
I am cool with Fight Club if I'm fighting women only.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I can-
that is the only place. That is the only place you could win to.
Yeah.
I'm not actually sure if I have to cut that one out.
No,
I'm
you
not
don't.
sure.
Don't.
Okay.
Yeah. So thing is like
এইটা ইন্ট্রোতে দিয়া দিস
Oh,
that
God,
way
no.
that way there it's a win-win. Because like I can fight and I can exercise my misogyny without getting called out for it.
yes and then
mean,
women
I
rights
mean,
are
like,
gonna fuck you up.
No,
Okay.
no. They're not gonna fucking up. All he needs to do is identify as like a woman. That is all he needs to do. He needs to say that I
Yeah.
identify as a woman, then go and fight in that.
But knowing Wahid,
Women's
would he
wrestling.
actually?
Why not? Why
Oh,
not?
I'd switch back and forth, whichever benefits.
Yes.
Yeah, he has.
So
he
would
has- he has a-
so for
he has a
benefiting
button.
yourself, you're gonna call yourself a woman.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
He said he's selfish.
Episode title is gonna be Wahid is calling himself woman.
এটা কি মানে কি যে বলে সে হয় টাইপের কামব্যাক
না যে বলে সে হয় না যে বলে সে হয় না তুই আমার বলস নাই তো তুই তো নিজেরই বলতাছস
So
Exactly.
it's
Okay, sorry.
not even a comeback since I am roasting myself. What are you trying to accomplish?
a proper clickbaity title.
Oh, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't argue with the algorithm.
Exactly. We need proper ishe.
You know what
SEO.
else makes sense? You know what else makes sense? Talking about Linkin Park in a Linkin Park episode. That makes complete sense. We didn't really do it.
This is
Is this like this every day? Like you guys just select a
No,
topic?
no,
and,
no.
like,
every,
for
no
the
most of the days
entirety of
we
the
stick to
podcast.
topic. We stick to topic, but আজকে I just thought let's just have some fun.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay, here's the thing. Like,
Well,
after
I'm really interested to know Wahid's backstory. I don't know if it's interesting to tell.
আচ্ছা
okay,
Wahid's
it is
not
actually
gonna tell
interesting.
it.
Wahid, come on.
বল
আজকে
হ্যাঁ
Yeah, sure.
তো ব্যাকস্টোরিটা বল how you got into Linkin Park.
okay, so like I was busy bullying someone and
Okay, Wahid's
Wahid,
not gonna
please,
tell,
come
so
on.
it was
And-
it
and-
went
come
something
on,
like
please.
this. Mute of
and-
Wahid
and-
mute করতো.
and he died and before he died he said Linkin Park. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Abra, can you mute Wahid?
I actually did.
না
I actually did.
বলতেছি কই মিউট করে নাই তো, মিথ্যা কথা বলে
ওনা অ্যাকচুয়ালি মিউট করলে তোরা পার্মানেন্টলি মিউট কইরা দিব ইসা থেকে পুরো গ্রুপ থেকেই। That's a different.
Acha, Korish na, he is gonna tell.
Yeah.
Well,
Is he trying to intimidate me with Discord? Man, I've been using Discord for 10 years. What? Like,
You're not.
what are-
We can hear you. If you. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes. Acha, so like, I got my first PC when I was. Acha, আরো আগে থেকে আসা লাগবে, right?
Oh.
Oh, family culture and. Okay, so do you guys know my heritage?
I mean,
GT doesn't.
We already do.
I mean,
only GT doesn't. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm third generation Dhakaya, but before that,
Second না?
third.
তো দাদা ঢাকায় জন্ম?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So before that, we were located in. My father's family was located in Borishal, which is
His ancestors are Borishal.
yeah. So like it's like the Florida of Bangladesh, right?
That would be Kumilla.
no, wait, no, that wouldn't be Kumilla. That would either be Shirajganj or.
Chanpur.
What is that place?
Chanpur.
No. The other place. কিছু আগে যে কাহিনী করলো তোর এই যে
Ramanbaria. Yeah, my
Ramanbaria.
mother's family is from there.
Yeah, ওইটা আমি ধরতে পারি
so
ফ্লোরিডা।
That's Florida.
Borishal, is
Borishal-
Texas.
Borishal is exactly. It's the south. It's Texas.
Yeah, it's Texas.
also like half of my father's family relocated to guess where?
Not really.
Texas.
Borisal.
Texas.
Okay.
Actual
Literally Texas.
Actual Texas.
That have splintered into three subgroups. One made its way into Alabama, the other made its way into
Yeah,
guess
Borishal
where?
is Bangladesh is Alabama. আমি এটা বলতে পারি।
Guess where the third
No.
splinter went, ZT?
Florida.
Yeah, Florida. so you can
Florida man strikes again.
yeah so you see that when you when you say the word masculine, you are paying tribute to my lineage. Yes, sir.
When you said Alabama, I kind of got that that means half of your family must be retards. I'm so sorry.
Thing is it our family is so masculine, we probably have 2 Y chromosomes or something.
Holy fuck.
So obviously I am a fucking disappointment because I like playing video games and reading books.
I mean, your family is a JoJo reference,
When
so
was wait.
Yes,
when did reading books turn into such a feminine quality? Because I would think that is a very masculine quality.
that's not a masculine
That is not a
it's
masculine.
it's still quite feminine.
it is very
But
feminine.
given the fact that books were historically written by men and read by men.
Nowadays it's considered gay to read books. এমন অবস্থা হয়ে গেছে।
Among the average populace, you have to remember, ZT, we live on a higher plane than the average person. That might
We are self-aware কিন্তু।
But that might sound prideful, but go into any private university and tell me that we are all equal. ঠিক আছে?
Oh my god. আমরা any private university কি আমরা নিজেরাই তো প্রাইভেটে পড়তাছি। And we know how these fuckers behave and act and function.
Yeah,
If they
like that's
function.
what I said. Go into any university and try and tell me we are all made equal. ঠিক আছে?
Yeah.
Like some of us have evolved. Yeah.
Dude, I'm not gonna say that because there
Oh,
are
he
gonna
can't
be
say
people
that.
who listen to this, and
Because his friends are all part of the subhuman.
No,
Homo
I
erectus.
wouldn't say that.
ঠিক আছে?
His friends have somewhat evolved. আমি এটা বলতে পারি, otherwise they wouldn't be his friends.
Okay, so
Like
thing is,
আমার
like,
স্পেকট্রামে তো তুই দেখছোস।
thing is, archaeologists have recently found evidence that Neanderthals and humans might have coexisted at the same time. ঠিক আছে?
What?
yeah, I think they possibly coexisted because the
I
theory
think we
heard
have lost the thread again.
আচ্ছা
No,
আগে
I'm going to lead this back if Navid stops interrupting.
I will not.
Absolutely. You
No,
have
no,
absolutely nothing.
I did not hit her. It's not true. I did not.
So thing is, ওই জিনিসটা হচ্ছে যে like since humans and Neanderthals might have coexisted together.
I've heard that Neanderthals and humans did coexist, but Neanderthals weren't as accepting of like moving. Like they didn't like moving that much. So
Moving and
they
they died out because they weren't efficient. They needed a lot of food and couldn't move as much. ঠিক আছে?
Yes, exactly.
So thing is like since they had coexisted, I think 100,000 years from now আমাদের এরকম এই এভিডেন্স পাওয়া যাবে যে একই ইউনিভার্সিটিতে আমিও পড়তাম, নরমাল মানুষও পড়তো। ঠিক আছে? Like
না এটা অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমাদের সবার ক্ষেত্রে
another level of superiority complex.
দ্যাটস ইন আওয়ার সবার ক্ষেত্রেই কিন্তু একই ভাই। আমরা ইউনিভার্সিটিতে পড়তেছি আর আমাদের পাশাপাশি তার নর্মাল পিপল।
নাভিদ সিরিয়াসলি নিয়ে নিছে, আমি আসলে জোক করছিলাম।
আমি সিরিয়াসলি and I have reasons এটা সিরিয়াসলি in our again
Okay, man.
my spectrum of people the I
Okay,
meet.
anyway, let's talk about
Anyhow, bullying.
Yeah.
না no bullying.
আচ্ছা হ্যাঁ, তো thing is so like obviously I am sort of the black sheep. I am always trying to measure up to the standards, right? Like I'm trying to do things that are manly and shit. I'm trying to
You're trying to be manly, like you're.
I'm trying to do sports, but I have no hand-eye coordination. I fall over every 10 seconds.
How do
or
you
so.
play games then?
Video games
That
are
is a
entirely different.
That is a different. Yeah, that is an entire different part of your play.
Hand-eye
like
coordination is necessary though.
One of those attempts was Like I used to think listening to music was gay, so I didn't listen to music a lot. ঠিক আছে? So
So
like
all introverted traits are considered as
Feminine.
yeah.
Yeah, basically.
So when I was 7, it was finally decided that I would get a computer, like because I had exhausted my options. আমি প্রত্যেক বাসায় সব
that is
game
very
খেলা-
early.
Like still by that age I had killed 3 computers or something that belonged to other people by using them so hard and shit, like with anything. Anyhow, I was gonna get my PC. My father took me and this uncle, you know how মানে সব বাসায় থাকে না
Yeah.
আঙ্কেল যে এরা কোনো কাজের না বাট সামহাউ দুই একটা জিনিস পারে আর কেউ পারে না, লাইক ওই টাইপের একটা আঙ্কেল আর আমার বাপ, we went to IDB and my dad's like, this is going to be a work PC, okay, we're gonna do work on it. But yeah, so like I was like, am I not the one who's going to be using it? He's like, yes. What do you expect me to accomplish? I'm 7. If I were self-conscious, I'd go back and tell him that. But as it stands, I wasn't. I was just like, computer, yay.
You can tell him that
So-
now.
I see the man now trying to run Obro and I feel pity. ঠিক আছে, আমার এগুলো বলার দরকার নেই, ঠিক আছে?
Who's the faggot now, Dad?
Time has left him behind. I have evolved.
Ouch.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like Santana and I'm like Cars, man. I am ultimate being. ঠিক আছে?
Uberman.
Again, JoJo reference.
Anyway, so by the way, তখন কম্পিউটার সেট আপ করতে কত টাইম লাগতো আশা করি মনে আছে সবার। একটা পিসি
It was a
ঠিকঠাক
disaster
করতে
piece
মনে
of
হয় 2-2.5 ঘন্টা লাগতো। হ্যাঁ, সো ফার্স্ট হার্ড ড্রাইভ বসায় পিসি স্টার্ট মানে ইনস্টল করা শুরু করবো, 1 hour in the hard drive crashes, ঠিক আছে? দেন আরেকটা হার্ড ড্রাইভ
Technology
লাগে,
অনেক ফালতু ছিল। Yeah.
হ্যাঁ, দেন আরেকটা হার্ড ড্রাইভ লাগা সেট আপ শুরু করবো, এটা সেট আপ শেষ হইলো, একটু আর্লি শেষ হইলো, সবাই একটু সন্দেহ করতেছে, কম্পিউটার অন করলো, ক্র্যাশ করলো, ঠিক আছে? সো দ্যাটস 2 হার্ড ড্রাইভস, টোটাল অফ 5 to 6 hours of sitting there. আমার বাপ রাগ করে কম্পিউটার মানে
দুটা হার্ড ড্রাইভ তোরা কিনে নষ্ট করছিস?
না ওইটা পয়সা দেওয়া লাগে নাই, ওইখানে দোকানেই তো সেট আপ করছে, রাইট? সো
ও আচ্ছা, ওই যে আইডিবি তে লাইক যে আছে।
মানে
Right,
faulty মাল।
right. হ্যাঁ, তখন হার্ড ড্রাইভস হ্যাড আ ভেরি হাই ফেলিয়ার রেট। তো even then it was highly uncommon for 2 hard drives to fail, ঠিক আছে? বাট থার্ড হার্ড ড্রাইভটা যখন লাগাইতে যাবে আমি নড়ি নাই। হ্যাঁ, আমি এক জায়গায় বসে আছি যে কম্পিউটার পাবো, আমার এক্সাইটমেন্ট যায় নাই। আমার বাপ রাগ করে অফিসে চলে গেছে এন্ড এভরিথিং। সো সিন্স আমি এত বসে আছি, আমার আঙ্কেলের মায়া লাগছে দেখা সে আস্তে করে দোকানদাররা বলছে যে ভাই একটু কয়েকটা গেম আর একটা গান দিয়ে দিন। আমি গেম শুই না, লাফাইতে আই থিঙ্ক পড়ে গেছিলাম আইডিবি থেকে 3 তলা থেকে।
What?
That would explain.
That's a joke.
That would explain
That would explain a lot.
the brain damage and the brain damage.
Yeah,
And the
it
brain
would.
damage.
It does. It does.
And the brain damage.
Dude, you explained the brain damage when you said Alabama.
Yes.
Ouch.
Yes.
Okay, so তো কম্পিউটার আসলো বাসায় and আমি গুতাইতেছি, আমি ক্লিক করলে এটা হয় ওইটা হয়। হ্যাঁ, so clicking through I found these videos, ঠিক আছে? and I'm like এগুলা কি, like I'm sure আমি অনেক গান শুনছি, but like I always tried really hard to not pay attention and lose my Y chromosomes and shit, ঠিক আছে? But yeah, this is the first time I paid attention to a song and I'm like, whoa, this is like dope, this is cool, it sounds cool and it looks cool too. So I end up listening to that song 10 to 15 times every day. Guess what song it is?
In the end.
In
Yep.
the end.
Yep.
And that's how it starts.
Well, it was all leading up to today's podcast. That is like the catharsis of this story.
Yep.
So
So you get
Now we
Like
had
you-
more relevant content, but
Who cares about relevant content?
Yeah. একটাই থাকুক আজকে.
I mean, people do, but
It was fun nonetheless.
yeah, that's right. Dude, I think we cannot talk about Linkin Park without going back to different aspect of our lives. It's just so interrelated. That, when you tell one story, you immediately get flashbacks of another one. Just
Yeah,
because-
like I think Linkin Park is the entire reason I even listen to music. ঠিক আছে? And
it
It's the same for me too.
sort of is. It sort of is because I've never listened to any other music that religiously ever.
I have a question for you guys. Like, what band do you think is going to be the Linkin Park of today's generations? Do you guys have any idea?
nothing.
No,
nothing.
we don't think about those
I
things.
think, dude, look, that is a very boomer sentiment to have. I think.
Yes, I know.
they
I
will-
am aware, and like we are out of time now. ঠিক আছে? We are out
But
of
I
time
feel-
we are out of
No,
time
I
in the
think-
same way like our predecessors
I
were
think
out
it's
of
gonna be. Look, I don't think it's gonna be an American band anymore. I think it's gonna be BTS or something like that.
K-pop or
Define
something.
Yeah, basically,
that's gonna
K-pop.
define their generation. Because the popularity of K-pop has it has inspired so many of my friends.
আচ্ছা না, বাট
Inspired
I don't know
একটা
why.
না, এখানে যতই যাই বলোস না কেন,
To listen
লিঙ্কিন
to music,
দাঁড়া একটা মিনিট
religiously.
একটা কথা বলতে চাই, whatever band you say, whatever K-pop bullshit anyone's gonna like, nothing will ever replace Linkin Park. এখনো যদি তুই কোনো একটা বাচ্চারে
For us,
তুই
for us.
Linkin Park শুনাস, he or she is gonna like get into music properly.
Look,
Like Linkin
have
Park দিয়ে
have
এখনো
I
অনেকে
listened
শুরু
to-
করে এখনো.
Look,
They are
I
an
think
all-time
I listen
classic.
to better music than what Linkin Park has created. Of course, I've listened to better music.
Obviously,
than what
but-
they have created. But did those music have the impact that Linkin Park has had in me? No, not at all. So that is
Hamid, what I think happens is like age generation defining bands. I think the most approachable bands end up being the most defining of a generation because Beatles যখন প্রথম মানে শুরু হয়েছিল তখন people were like, hey, this is not real music.
It was a boy band at that time.
Yeah, this is a boy band and look what happened there. তাই না?
Yeah,
And
sure.
Linkin Park ও যখন গান গাইতো তখন I think মানুষজন কইতো যে এগুলো আসলে
This is
চিৎকার করে আবার র্যাপও করে, this is
I
not
don't.
music.
Okay, I guess so.
yeah. Did they invent that format or was it like a very popular thing?
I think they perfected that format, like because
They perfected. They definitely perfected it.
my
But like, was it like a prevailing thing? When was it created? Like,
Hollywood undead আছে এরকম, then অনেকই আছে, like এই নিউ মেটাল অনেক আছে, কর্ন আছে,
Well,
but none
Linkin Park
as
though,
Hybrid
Linkin
Theory
Park-
came out in
Linkin-
2002, right? Like that kind of sound
I
was
think
at the height of its popularity at that time. I
So-
think
so
I guess
Linkin
you could say
Linkin
it was
Park-
prevalent.
Linkin Park was created like just like 1 year before I was born. So it was created in 1986. So I think there are a lot of bands that predates Linkin Park on that particular format.
there obviously are, but Linkin Park is more approachable and relatable.
I think we can't make the objective call here because it was like where we started. আমরা এখন অন্য যেদিকেই যাব এই টাইপের জিনিস থেকে will end up comparing
Also,
it to
look,
something.
No,
I've seen
I don't
people
compare
talk
anything to
about
Linkin Park though.
My Chemical Romance the same way you would talk about Linkin Park. People of our age, right?
But My Chemical Romance has very few rap aspects. And a very a fair comparison would be with Hollywood Undead, I think, because they are.
If we're talking about like artists, like music and art, like musicians in general, then I think Eminem would come close to Linkin Park. Like bringing musicians into the mix. I think.
He didn't মানে ওর melody ছিল না, melody or harmony. If you can whittle it
হারমোনি
down to-
এক জিনিস and মেলোডি আরেক জিনিস and রিদম আরেক জিনিস বলতে পারো.
I don't know
না
about that. but
ওইগুলাও
I
মানে
liked Eminem the same.
they
I
মানে
think
ওই
I
ডিফাইন
started
করলে প্রবলেম হয়ে যাবে because melody, harmony, these are spectrums. These aren't aspects.
Still,
মানে সব গানে কিছু হারমোনি আছে, কিছু মেলোডি আছে. If we try to say যে এক গানে মেলোডি নাই, that would be wrong.
না মেলোডি অবভিয়াসলি আছে, মেলোডি ছাড়া তো মিউজিক হইব না, হইব?
এখন হইতেও পারে, এটা তুমি
নন মেলোডিক মিউজিক কি আছে?
Noise.
Just noise.
Noise music. It's a popular thing.
Deja
There is
vu.
ambient music.
Deja Vu the album, melody নাই, harmony নাই, rhythm নাই, কিছুই নাই.
তুই দুইবার বল।
Yeah, okay.
Album তো.
Yeah, so
You guys talk about Taylor Swift?
Jetu, what were you saying about Eminem?
I was saying that if you bring like artists, like a single artist in the mix, then I would probably say Eminem has had like a similar impact on me as Linkin Park. Maybe a little less, but yeah, quite similar. Because I used to listen to Eminem a lot.
Personally, I would say like Eminem probably had more impact in a way for me personally, because that guy became like my favorite artist for about 2, 3, 4 years.
Here's the thing about Eminem.
Until
I still listen to Eminem a lot.
He was your favorite until you realized how corny he is, তাই না?
Until I got
But I
into
like him.
other bands and other rappers and stuff.
No, Wahid, you're kind of corny like Eminem.
Thank you. I appreciate that you're comparing me to him.
Okay,
But
just take it as a compliment. Yeah, just take it as a compliment.
It's like the best compliment I've ever gotten.
How many best compliments did you get? That's like a lot.
একজন কইছিল যে you look better than Navid. I take that as a compliment because that's the only comparison on looks that I want.
Look, so
I wonder who that brain damaged idiot was.
Who's the richest musician in the world right now? Like the richest artist who did like music.
Kanye.
Is rich.
Kanye?
No,
Yeah.
I think it's Jay-Z. Jay-Z is
It's
the richest.
Jay-Z.
He has like
It's probably Jay-Z.
he has like 800 million. He's not even a billionaire, which is very
আমি দেখতেছি.
weird.
There's
that artist.
Kanye is 1.3 billion US dollars.
What the hell?
Yeah, Kanye is the richest right now, not Jay-Z. Jay-Z is dead.
Wow. When did Kanye even?
Okay, Jay-Z is 1 billion. So yeah, Kanye kind of.
Yeah.
Wow. That's nice. So anyway, I think we can call this episode to an end, right?
We can.
Can we?
Wait, let's talk about bullying again.
Yeah, okay. I'm just stopping the recording.
What
Okay,
happened
bye.
to Florida?
Hey, actually, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Should we stop recording or should we not stop recording?
We should stop recording.
Okay, bye.
What?
Yeah, bye.